Hi, this is Eric Martin with Board Game Geek. Here looking at The Witches by Martin Wallace, being published by Mayfair Games. Here's Alex Yeager to give us an overview of the game. This is a production sample that's flown in. It's not available yet, but the goal is September.
Soon, yes, very soon.
All right.
So, for people that were fans of the original game, Ankh-Morpork, there is one similarity between that game and this game, and that is the art and the cards. Although the cards are used completely differently, there's still kind of a who's who of characters that you encounter as part of the arc of the Discworld Witches books.
Okay.
So it's all the wonderful art, it's all the original pre-production Discworld Collective,
right.
Huckabee, all that, the art that you'd see, from the books and from the UK editions in particular. But that's it. This is a completely different game, completely different mechanic set from Ankh-Morpork.
Okay.
Thematically, this game casts you as apprentice witches. So you're some of the kind of the minor witches from some of the books, although Tiffany Aching, for example, is a pretty major character in her own right in the universe. But so you're apprentices, you're learning, you're basically running around taking care of the kinds of problems that apprentice witches would.
Okay.
Sick pigs, sick sheep,
right.
Pregnancies, basic things.
Okay.
However, lurking around on the board are big problems, are major antagonists that you may not be prepared to deal with early in the game, but you have a chance to build up some experience and some power in order to maybe take them on as the game progresses.
Okay. Well, what's the long-term goal?
Long-term goal are victory points, which are achieved by actually solving problems, big or little.
Okay.
And they're shown on here along with a target number. So what happens on a turn is pretty simple. You'll flip over a card. We have a location. So this is the place where the sun does not shine. That's up there. What we would normally do now is add a problem token to that location.
Okay.
Uh-oh, there's already a problem there. So instead, we're going to put a crisis marker up on there. That actually increases the roll for that problem now. Okay. So rather than 11, we're now at a 13.
Okay. One
of the mechanics of this game is, should we run out of these crisis tokens and need to put one on the board, game's over, everyone loses.
All right.
All right. Having said that, we'd flip over another card, Black Blast, we'd put another crisis out, and eventually we would get to a point where, Standing Stone, we're going to put a new problem out.
Okay.
On your turn, you're going to move and act, and then move and act.
Okay.
So I could come over here to Cab's Well, Sick Pig, I need a target number of 8. I'm going to need to achieve 8 on 4 6-sided dice.
Okay.
A way that works is I roll 2 dice. 11, I'm done, this is wonderful. I still have to roll 2 dice at the end to confirm that, because at any point in time, I might roll a cackle.
Okay.
Cackle tokens collect on your mat. They don't hurt you at first, but once they're all out of play, they can start hurting the player who has the most pretty severely.
Okay.
Otherwise, if I missed it, so for example, I rolled a 4 on this target number, I can play cards from my hand to potentially up the value. So in between the 2 rolls, I could play, for example, that's our headology symbol, that's a +1. I could also play our magic symbol, which is +2. So 7. I play the 2 of those, and now I have a 7. I need to roll 1 or better on 2 dice, and I'm there.
Success.
Successfully solving a problem puts it onto your player mat. For every 2 of these that you get, that you solve, your hand size goes up by 1. You begin the game with a smaller hand size. As it goes up, you draw up to your hand size at the end of each turn.
Okay.
So your hand gets larger, which gives you more cards to do stuff with.
Right.
Bigger problems range from about 16 on up to the mid-20s.
Okay.
So these you're going to have to gain some more experience, get your hand size up, and a little bit of luck to boot. When you get to these, though, when you solve these, 2 successful problems mean that you now have a +1 on future rolls. So it actually increases your die rolls by default as you go up and up in power of that.
Okay.
So
in addition, and notice the cards, of course, have powers of their own. Or other
sure,
things,
any card can always be played for their text effect in addition to their symbol effect. And there are also some cards, and of course I'm gonna scramble now to find one, that have a power of 3. Should you collect 3 of those in your hand, you could play a set of power of 3s to insta-solve any problem of any size.
But of course, you're restricted on your hand size and how you
Sure.
how you want to do it.
And there are some nice other little British Discworld touches in the game. We talked about the cackle tokens being bad, but one of the primary ways to clear those is to move onto a space with another witch and have tea. Because tea makes all the problems go away. At that point, the person who triggers tea would clear 3 of their tokens, everyone else clears 2, and everyone's feeling much better about themselves.
Okay.
So it's a very straightforward game. The game trigger are these problems that go out. When all these problems are put on the board, the game is over, you score victory points. The 2 ways to lose is, of course, crisis markers are needed and we don't have any out,
Right.
or there are elves hiding in our big problems.
Okay.
Should there ever be 3 visible elf problems, game's over, everyone loses.
Okay.
That's our game.
All right. Well, super.
Yeah.
That sounds very good. We lay out some cards, sure.
Yep.
Some more. I'll remove the tokens here.
Down a bit. Oh, never mind, you're good.
We're good. So they all different, or
There are some similars,
for
but
the
a lot of
triples,
them
of
different
course.
characters for the most part, yeah.
right? Is that good? Nice sample. So zoom down.
Stare up into the
Stand up
universe.
as well. Got to move around and try to find the right ones. There you go. All right. Anything else?
Yeah.
I guess we're done.
We're done with this
We're
one.
done with this.
Yeah.
Fini. Oh. Yeah. Do the intro for. Oh. Oh yeah. So we can cut this. We got one thing. We got witches on the side here.
The Black Alice tokens are what happens. What happens is as these cackle tokens collect, when they're all off the board. So when all when all of the cackle tokens are off the board and into players' mats, if you need one, you take it from the player who has the most. If you have the most and need them, you take Black Alice tokens, which are -1 victory point.
Okay. Okay. This is another little thing to follow. All right. Well, thanks very much for your time.
Yeah, no, our
Obviously,
pleasure.
this
Thank you.
it seems like it's gone over super well. At least, I mean, Moorpark was lots of languages all over the place. And now,
Martin Wallace really had that vision of trying to create something kind of for it was really for the book market in the UK. So
Right.
they were never designed to be. They were always going to be casual games, light games, simple mechanics, easy to teach, easy to learn. This one just fits that same mold. So
Right.
we're looking forward to getting this one into people's hands.
all right. Thanks for the overview.
Good.